Hi, my name is Amani, and this is Normish. So, this is the second episode, and honestly, I, I'm a little proud of myself. And I mean, I feel like probably not like everybody gets proud of themselves for like barely making it halfway through. Like I'm not even like halfway through with having this podcast. I haven't had it for a long time. I'm only on the second episode, right? But I don't know. I guess I'm proud that I'm picking up on the consistency of it, and I'm proud that there are people who've talked to me about it, and that makes me very excited, and that makes me feel very like oh my gosh, like people are actually listening to me, like people know that this exists. So that's super cool. It's like it's all like immediate people that I know, like friends and like people who already know me personally. So I mean it's not anything like crazy crazy, but it still feels really good to have somebody go like, "Oh my gosh, you have a podcast? I didn't know that." And I'm just like, "Yeah, maybe you should listen to it sometime." Anyway, yeah, it's pretty good. Um Set of scenery right now. Again, I am in my humble abode. My lovely bedroom. My lovely bedroom that is kind of messy right now. Well, it's just a thing. I'm sitting on the floor this time. Ooh, change. Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor. It feels pretty good. I'm slunched over, kind of like bent like a C. It's okay. It's comfortable. So yeah, it's a really beautiful day right now. My window, like when I'm sitting on the floor, my window has like a really good view. Well, every window has a very good view of the clouds, but I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like when I look out my window, all I see is clouds and like the top of the neighbor's house, but like all of it is just pretty much clouds and it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. A good day to be, I don't know, to be alive. Find gratitude in the little things, right? Okay. So, this episode is about high school to adulthood transition. I know. I literally have been out of school for like what, 8 months now, probably a little less than that, maybe a little more. I don't know. Time has been warped. It all phases into one thing. I don't even know if today's Tuesday or if tomorrow will be freaking Wednesday. Like, I don't know. I said that as if like Tuesday and Wednesday aren't next to each other. Anyway, I'll laugh about that later. Um yeah, point is like I really have not been out of high school for that long and so much has changed. Um so much of my perspective has changed on like life period, but so much of my perspective on like very important things that were like huge in my life a couple months ago and still are huge, just not as negative as they were back in high school and as like overwhelming as they were back in high school. Like right now, biggest challenge is college and just gosh, figuring out how to pay for it too. Like ugh, grueling, grueling, grueling. You feel like you're taking like so many steps forward just to find out that you've taken so many steps backwards and you just have to like it's almost like you have to like redraw out your blueprint every single time. You're just like, okay, this seems like we have come to a finish. We know where everything's supposed to be, and come to find out, there's a different plan in mind, and everything needs to change, and blah 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 blah. Blah. So that's what my life has been for the past couple months. It's been like one change to another, and that's how it's been with college and like figuring it out. You're probably like, Imani, why are you figuring out college in the middle of fall? Aren't you already in college right now? Are you taking a gap year? What are you doing? To explain to those who do not know my life, I went to San Francisco a couple months ago. Um, for context, it was a competition. It was a national competition that I participated in. It was the CS Music competition and convention. And I went there And how I did it, like the process, I auditioned for it and then got in, and then I flew out with my best friend and her mom, and I competed against 400 other people, which was crazy, but it was like so cool cuz like everybody's here for the same reason. And it was a much bigger like event. Like there were more people than 400 people, but like in my division there was 400 people, which was the musical theater high school division, and I got second place. Literally, that was crazy. It was crazy. And I got a scholarship, and I am now going to AMDA in their spring semester. But the reason why I chose their spring semester, well, I originally was enrolled at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Clearly, plans have changed. Things are very, very different now. Um, Before, I wanted to go for like vocal performance and like do teaching for like, I don't know, like choral teaching or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know. Just something I didn't really necessarily want to do, but I was okay with because I didn't get into the other schools that I applied. I mean, okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. I didn't apply to a huge pool of schools, but like the schools that I wanted to go to, like I definitely wanted to go to, just I didn't get accepted, and that was, I guess for me, I was just like, woe is me. My career's over. My dreams have died. And now I'm gonna go do the second best thing. And then San Francisco. And here we are. We're getting ready to go to AMDA, which is a crazy expensive school. I'll say it again. Crazy expensive school. Put a period after crazy, put a period after expensive, put a period and an exclamation point after school. It is a crazy expensive school, and I'm a crazy, crazy poor human being. I do not have the money for that kind of school. I feel like, I mean, who does, you know? Come on. Who has money for that? Like, very expensive school. And I got my financial aid figured out, and it was pretty late when I did. Um, so if you're a human being who is like you're somebody who's like, you've always had to live tight with money, and that's always been a concern of yours, like you've always been like, how the hell am I gonna pay for college? Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Financial aid is your friend. You're gonna be in financial debt regardless. Everybody's gonna be in like debt regardless. So do what you can, do what you must. Um, Try your best to learn about loans. Try your best to learn about like credit, and I mean, not that you necessarily need to have a credit or need to start building your credit right now while you're in high school or anything. Um, I just think it's important to like know about it, period, because it's gonna affect your life very soon here. Learn about cosigners. Um, do what you can to learn about the financial side of college, whatever that entails, whatever that looks like. Really do your best to learn, because it's very, very hard to try to navigate that at the, like, I don't know, to navigate it at the very end of like having to do things. You know what I mean? Like this stuff I should have probably done months ago, and here I am, still learning, still trying. It's going successfully right now, actually. So I'm not freaking out or anything about it, but that's my biggest piece of advice. Learn your shit. Literally, learn as much as you can. Talk to your like college admin in your school, or not admin, advisors, college advisors in your school. Like, I don't know. Talk to your mentors. Talk to your parents. If you don't live with your parents, I didn't live with my parents. So the people that I talked to were like my friends' parents, or like the college like advisor at our school, who would like know a bunch of shit. So definitely do that. Call schools, like the schools that you want to attend. Have conversations with them. Like call whoever you need to call, but just call. That's gonna be very helpful. Um, yeah, college, crazy. I'm not even there yet. The idea of going to New York, absolutely freaking terrifying. Reason being, I would literally be in another state. Like, I would literally be in another state. I'd have to learn all about this other state. And honestly, girl, I am just a girl. I am struggling in this state. So I don't know how it's gonna be in New York, but it's okay. I have high hopes and all kinds of positivity, so I just fully expect for it to be fun. Um, I also expect for me to be like destroyed, but also slaying and having fun. So hopefully the slay and the fun will override the like the the ever pending doom of money and living in a different environment and not being surrounded by the people that you love the most. So there's that. Honestly, it's a thing. It definitely is a thing. And I don't know. I'm excited. I don't think that I'm necessarily ever going to be like ready. I feel like even when I figure everything out right now, like all the shit, oh, sorry, all the shit that I'm dealing with right now, like I tried to say stuff and shit at the same time, so it kind of came out weird. Anyway, sorry. But like all the shit that I've been trying to figure out, like I feel like I'm not actually going to have it fully figured out by the time that I leave. Like that's just how it's going to be. And you know what? I've accepted that part of me. Like I just like I just take things in very slowly. Like I'm not a very quick processor. Um I'm a very like step by step, very slow steps individual. Takes me a while to like actually get the groove and understand things. So we'll see. We'll see in a couple months. But right now, the loan situation is actually going pretty well. Tomorrow, by tomorrow, I mean Monday. It's Sunday today, which, by the way, I put this on my social media, but just to promote it a little bit here, every single Sunday, I will be dropping a enormous um, little podcast for you to listen to. So if you didn't know that, are you following my Instagram? That's the question. At Normish, all under caps, underscore. Okay, it's NORM underscore, then ISH at Normish. Okay. Yeah, we're if you wanna if you want to like recommend anything, you can do it in those DMs or in the comment section here. That's also good too. Anyway, yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna call my college advisor. Like I said, you call them and you talk to them and you get as much information as you can out of them. Like literally, shake it out of them. Like that's gonna be your saving grace. Like getting it straight from the source. But anyway, yeah, gonna call them. Gonna talk to them about like just loan situation, and it's all gonna be great. It's all gonna be great, and I'm excited to get that out of the way because I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of doing it, but I do feel good about it almost being over because that means that I've worked hard. I'm patting myself in the back a little bit. I've worked hard to get through, to get through it. I didn't give up, even when I wanted to, and even when I was like, oh, I'm too poor. I, I'm not smart enough for this. I like trying to find every like negative excuse to get myself out of this very hard transition and hard journey right now. But literally, you just gotta push through. Grind never stops. I literally never say that, but I'm saying that now. The grind never ends. So get used to it, babe. And have fun. Yeah, so that's enough about college, okay? Okay. High school to adulthood transition. We just covered college. College for me, that's what it feels like right now. It feels very chaotic. But anyway, friendships, relationships. Dear God. Like, dude, I graduated high school and it almost feels like everybody on the planet Earth disappeared. But that's because, okay, nobody disappeared. Everybody's just busy, okay? And yes, I did fall off with like some people, and there are some people that I don't really talk to as much as I used to, and some events that I'd much rather not be a part of, or like some friendships that I just don't invest myself into, and they don't either. So it's like, like I feel like the natural flow of graduating high school also consists of losing a lot of people, like, or just not talking and communicating and building a relationship with a lot of people that you once felt like you had a really strong relationship with. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's an interesting situation. I mean, like recently, like I said this in my last podcast, but I found that like I spend a lot of time with myself, my boyfriend, and work. Like all of the things that I do is myself, boyfriend, work, self, boyfriend, work. Like that is consistently my life. I mean, I've like gone and like visited friends. Like yesterday, I went to a Halloween party. That was pretty fun. Like, and I got to see some people that I literally haven't talked to in months. Which was pretty nice. I mean, like all that time away from each other gave us a lot to talk about, which felt good. And it was just nice to be in the environment again and to realize just, whoa, like I'm different. I'm not who I used to be. And I don't know, you're probably like, what does that mean exactly? But like, point is like, I went to like a party of a friend of mine, and like them and their girlfriend threw the party, and I love them. I'm actually going out to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with them and with my boyfriend too. It's a double date. Okay, anyway, it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, I went to their house, and annually they have like these like Halloween parties. They've had these Halloween parties for a very, very long freaking time. So it's like thinking back to when, like, what was it, like 2019 that I went? Was it 2019? I think it's either 2019, which was when I was a freshman in high school, or it was when I was a junior. Time is different, okay? It's been warped together. COVID did us dirty. Um, yeah, but like the last time that I was at a Halloween party, I was a little younger. I was still in high school. The world felt larger than anything. It felt like high school was my world, and there's so much drama and so so much like drama coming from myself as well. Like I was just so dramatic. I was going through it every single day, and I just remember like being at those parties and being like, wow, this is what it's like to be a teenager. But like now going back, and it's only been a couple months. I'm still pretty young. Like I'm not any older than I was a couple months ago. But I feel older. I feel more mature. I don't know. There's something about like having to like work every day, have the responsibility of like paying your little bills that you have to pay, and like buying your own soap and like getting your own medicine, like all these super feeling like adult, behaviors, and like I don't know, responsibilities just makes you feel like you're older in a way, more mature. You have other things to really worry about. And honestly, I'm happier, well rested. High school, I was not well rested at all. I don't think anyone ever is. Like 4 hour like sleeps every single day just so I could be at the school for longer than the 8 hour minimum that we're supposed to be there. Nah, no, 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 no more, none of that. It's just very different. I feel like I'm a very different person from then, and that party just made me realize, like, damn, I am, I am different. Like, and that's okay. Like, fully, like, if you're not out of high school yet, fully expect yourself to change, to pull away from people, to get closer to people, to start living your life however you want to live it. And like, I don't know, for me right now, my favorite thing literally is to lay in my bed. It's to lay in my bed for as long as I can, to read my little book, which right now I'm reading Everything, um, which actually it's pretty good. Like it was just like a book that I had on my shelf that I never read. I don't know if any of you guys are like this, but like I have a whole like bookshelf. And it's really not that big. But I had this whole bookshelf of like books that I literally have not touched. Like literally have not touched. Books that were given to me, books that I bought from Savers, books that I gotten from Goodwill. I have the whole like Twilight series that I will not touch. I tried, I will not touch them, but I have them for the aesthetic. Anyway, I had everything, and I was like, I'm gonna start reading this. So like sometimes I read that, and I'm like, I'm a scholar. I'm just kidding. No, well, no, but it's just like so much relaxation. It's like a lot of like just self time. Like I don't really play my ukulele and my guitar as much as I used to back in high school, but like it's just nice to know that I have like a lot of time to do that though. Sometimes I like to just sit and like right now I'm watching like Star versus the Forces of Evil. Yes, I'm watching Star versus the Forces of Evil and it's good. I'm fully invested. Um I'm on the fourth season. Like I watch that ship like religiously. It's so good. I love it. It's so fun. And it's like my brain melting show. It's so good. I love it. And I don't know. Like I like spending a lot of time with myself. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel grounded. I feel in tune. I feel I feel like I can just kind of collect myself and then I can hang out with people. Like I'm an incredibly introverted human being and high school was very hard. It was very very hard because, you're trapped in this environment for how many hours? Like I went to school and like I did like this thing called Raven Street, which is like a morning choir. I did like a morning choir and I'd have to be there at like 7 a.m., which is like earlier than the school opens. The school literally like not opens, but the school opens at like what 6:50 or whatever, and then it started at like 7:40. So I was there at least like what about an hour earlier than I needed to be. And before I lived in Coon Rapids, I used to live like 20 minutes out. So it was like this 20-minute drive, waking up at the ass crack of dawn, and like getting to school so I can sing some very high notes and then getting home at like what the latest we used to get home at like was a 6 or something when I was in theater or any other extracurricular activities. And once tech week came along, oh, you're done for. You get no sleep, your homework's not getting done. I'm sorry. You're flunking your tests, you're crying to your choir teachers, you're going to your director begging them to give you time to do your shit. It was awful. Like I could not have told I don't know. I could not have like told my younger self how much shit how much shit she was gonna go through and how shitty she was gonna feel. Like it was a lot of really good experiences and like I did a lot of freaking theater. I did a lot of theater and it was good and I had a lot of fun, but it was a lot. Like I did a lot. Um and I would never do that much ever again. Uh, unless I was getting paid for it. Whoop whoop. That's why I'm going to school for musical theater. We'll see how that goes. You guys will be there while I go through that journey as well, so be prepared. Anyway, yeah, like high school, you were trapped in like these four walls and you were there for so many hours every single freaking day, like longer than you would work in a week. Like your 40-hour shift at school, if you were doing the schedules that half of the people that I knew was doing, like, those schedules, it was like 50 hours per week. Like it was just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. And like now being out of high school, you just kind of sit there and you're like, shit, what do I do? Like you got your hands up, you're like twiddling your thumbs, you're like, what do I, where do I, who do I, how do I, like, you're just so confused. You're like, what do I do with myself now? So you just got to find things to fill in your life. Of course, that is, if you're not going to college, like I'm not going to college right now. I'm taking a little gap, which is actually quite nice, if I do say so myself. I got my license, which I got that very late. Um, you know what? Let me take that back. If you are a human being who's getting your license at 18 years old, if you are a human being getting your license at 50 years old, I commend you. Because there's a reason why it probably, you probably put it off like that and it took a little while. There's a reason why. And that's a valid reason why. And if anybody tries to tell you otherwise, they're wrong. And I say they're wrong because their opinion does not apply to you. How you decide to do things is how you decide to do things, and that's just point blank, period. So, to all the people who are like, you got your license late, or and honestly, about anything in your life that you did, quote unquote, late in your life, who cares? Who cares? It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You did it. It's done. Pat yourself on the freaking back. Be proud. Go get yourself a little drinkity drink. And by drinkity drink, I mean like a Starbucks drink or something. Unless you're like into alcohol, then go get yourself a drinkity drink, girl. Like, go do yourself like a favor and be kind and appreciate yourself and celebrate. You want to get a cake for this? Go get a cake. Like, you deserve to be proud even if you do something late, okay? That's just my opinion. But yeah, like with this gap, in this time, I've figured out all of my financial issues, or mostly figured it out. Mostly. All of it's almost done, but mostly figured out everything. I've mended some relationships, slightly, a little bit, but it's coming along. I got the time to do it. I've performed in a community show for the first freaking time. Like, I mean, I used to go to like summer camps for theater, and I mean, I wouldn't even consider those like community work. I just wouldn't consider it. But like, dude, I did a whole show, and that was like a huge like thing for me because I have like really bad anxiety, and that's really ironic for somebody who wants to be in musical theater. Like, you just cannot have anxiety when it comes to auditioning, otherwise you're never gonna get a job. But like, I don't know. I guess it really tested my poker face. And you know what? I did pretty damn well. And I got a really good part, and I had a lot of freaking fun, and all the people that I worked with, the cast, the crew, it was stunning, it was amazing, and I loved it. Shout out to Ashland Productions. You guys you guys are just amazing, an amazing community, and an amazing place. Oh, I dropped the mic. An amazing place to have your first community production with, for somebody who's never been in a community production before. So yeah, ugh, yeah, I feel like I've accomplished a lot. I'm doing really well at my job. I got a new job. Like, I have two jobs now, but like, I'm doing really well at my job currently, and I got a new job. And I've been on a lot of coffee dates. I've been hanging out with my boyfriend a lot, and I've been living a very, like, it feels like a simple life, and it's good, and I'm happy, and I have my ups and downs, and I have my struggles, and yeah, I mean, it is a weird transition coming from a place where everything is just so huge, and you're so trapped in it too. Like, you just, everything is everything all happening at once, and ugh. But like, I'm telling you, dude, being out of high school has changed my life for the better. Um and I think that's the situation for a lot of people. It's just like that free will, that free will that really just, mm, it's scrumdiddly umptious. Like, I can't explain it. Very, very happy. Okay, so, like, dude, I just gotta say this. For any of you who are graduated, and if you're feeling like your life right now somehow is wrong, like how you're doing it, how you went about it, like, if you feel like you're behind when you look at other people who have graduated too, you are not. Like, you are on your own path, my guy. Like, you are doing your own thing, and that is okay. Like, literally, like, I think my journey for like college has been like a huge thing in my life, and it has been like a thing that I have compared myself to other people. Like, I don't know, just being like, why am I doing this so late? Like, I feel like I'm just falling behind, or I feel like a loser because I'm stuck in my, like, I don't know, my home community that I used to be a part of when I was in high school. Maybe people see me as a peaker, or blah 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 blah. Like, no, like, if you're still at home and you're working and you're still in your home community, doing the best that you can to make, the beginnings of your life, I don't know, whatever you're doing in the beginnings of your life right now to make your further life in the future easier, do not feel shame for it, Do not compare yourself to other people. Don't waste your time, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Do your shit. Do your thing. Be your own person. Literally be you. Like, literally. Do you be you. And everything will be just fine, chica. Like, don't worry about it. Um, yeah. I mean, everything's been everywhere. And everything will always be everywhere. I think that's a big, big lesson that I've learned, is that nothing is ever perfect. You are never going to be in a one-track situation. Literally never. So, wherever you are right now, whoever you are is enough. Whatever you're doing right now is enough. And what you want out of your life is not irrational. It's not crazy. It's not pointless. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's exactly what it needs to be, and it's enough. And you have every right to work towards whatever goal you want. So, you do you. Literally. So yeah, that has been it has been a very interesting journey. High school to adulthood transition, like, this won't be the last episode on this. I guarantee you. Like, I feel like this will always be something that I will probably talk about on this channel. Like, I guarantee I'd probably come back with like part 2 of high school to adulthood transition when I'm in New York. I almost guarantee that that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So, if you stuck around for like 31 minutes, dude, thank you. Thanks for listening to me like kind of ramble a little bit. I was kind of going a little bit everywhere, but yeah. Yeah. Just to wrap this up quickly, just if you're again, if you're in your college situation and you're still in high school, biggest piece of advice, talk to people. Call your schools that you want to apply to. Talk to your college advisor. Talk to those who know anything about FAFSA, who knows anything about loans, anything about literally anything related to college. You need to talk to your people. Look up videos, learn about it, know about it, so then you're not freaking out. Because I am an avid freak out person. You know, like, I freak out when I don't know something, and I panic and I get so anxious, and like, I don't know, I just put myself in a state of like frenzy almost. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So like, do your research. Second, whatever your life looks like right now, that's your life. You do you. Third, friendships, you will grow apart and it'll feel weird. And you will be sad and it will hurt and it will be a roller coaster of an experience. Or you might be lucky enough to be like, I didn't like them anyway. But if you are really close with somebody and you happen to be moving apart, that's okay. Clearly, that was supposed to happen for a reason. The relationship is not supposed to look the same as it did in high school because you're not the same people, you know? You're not the same people. And that'll forever change. You know, in 20 years, who's to say you're going to still be friends? Who's to say you aren't, you know? Don't worry about it. Live it up. Like, literally enjoy your time with them and let life pass by and you'll be good. Don't I didn't say this at all during the entire podcast, but like, when you are like in a state where you have nothing to do and you're like, man, what do I do? Find things that are positive to fill in that time, you know? Don't waste your time like trying to like get mixed up back into any kind of toxic cycle. You know, don't do that. Just don't waste your time, you know? Find new things. Find things that you never thought you'd actually like doing. I don't know. Be creative. If you've never gone skydiving, go. If you can afford it, I say go. If you've never gone on a road trip, go on a road trip. Why not? I don't know. If you've never fed birds in a park with, you know, little breadcrumbs out of a bag, shit, go do it. Like, literally, just go find something to do, but let it be different, you know? Enjoy your freedom. Please enjoy your freedom. Be free. Because nobody's gonna tell you what to do anymore, you know? I mean, people will try, but like, girl, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you through this mic, through the screen. Even though like you literally can't see me. Like, don't let them. Do your own thing. Literally do your shit and work it. Work it. Anyway, I love you guys so much. This is Normish. It's a totally audio driven production. I said production. Sorry. Total audio driven podcast. Podcast. Um and it's a place where if you don't feel normal, or if you just like want to listen to somebody ramble, this is the place to go. But mostly if you just don't feel normal. If you're like, shit, is me being confused about life all the time like not normal? Is me not getting my stuff done in time like not normal? Is it irresponsible of me to do this, that, and the third? And should I be like, if you feel like that at all, like this is the place to be. Because I'm gonna validate that like feeling of craziness and just tell you like, Chica, that's normal. It's just that not everybody shows it all the time. So thank you for being here. Again, this episode is the high school to adulthood transition, and it will be back. I swear to you, it will. I promise you, it will. Because life in a few months is gonna look so different, and I'm hoping it'll be a good different. So, yeah. Again, this is Normish with Amani Harris, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.